beautiful creative people. This is Kiala Givehand of Givehand Creative, and I'm coming to you today for book 22 of the Book in a Day series. And like every week, I'm excited. I think it's really becoming something I look forward to each week. And book 22 is where we are. So today is Saturday, June 1st, and it's 1:30 in the afternoon on the West Coast. And I've already thought off camera about the book that I'm going to make this week. And I think this week I'm going to try to keep the video relatively short by not talking and rambling on so much like I tend to do. I'm just going to make a book. I think the next few books that I make, just a heads up, and this could change obviously because from week to week I never really know what I'm going to do. But I'm in the mood for blank books. And I think it's because I've started thinking about the number of blank books I buy on a monthly and yearly basis, and I have the ability to make my own. I don't need to keep buying books, and so today's book is going to be fairly simple, but I'm going to start looking at how to recreate, like I really love moleskin. I think it's pronounced moleskine maybe, I don't know, but I really love that kind of book. You know, the sort of hardcover with the leathery vinyl-y type covering on it with this strap, this elastic band that is a part of it. I really like this style of book, and so I think I'm going to start playing around probably next week or maybe the week after, but somewhere in the next few weeks here I'm going to start playing around with the idea of making a book like that. I need to think through it a little more, I think, but just to kind of see, number one, if I can do it, and how much work it would be and how it feels to do it, to make that kind of book. So for the sake of not rambling along, I'm just going to talk today. I'm going to make a book that has 2 signatures. It's going to be a hardcover, and this is a book that I learned from Julie Chen, my mentor, teacher, the person that I have learned a great deal from in terms of book art. And she has her students make this book basically the first day of class. It's the first book you make. She gives you her syllabus, you fold it up, and you create a book on the spot in class that first day, which is kind of amazing and really does set the tone for the rest of the class, for the rest of the semester. So I don't have any directions, or so I'm really kind of going off of memory here of what I remember her having us do. So I know that I need book board. So I tried to gather all the things I know for a fact I need. I have book board, 2 pieces, one for the front and one for the back. I have 2 pieces of book cloth, and they could be the same color. I just have chosen 2 different colors because these are actually scrap pieces that I had, and I thought, okay, here's a chance to use them. So one will be the outside spine, and one will be sort of the inside flap that the book gets actually sewn into. I have my inside pages that I'm going to use, and I'm using a fairly thick sort of cardstocky type paper. I really love writing on this paper with a fountain pen, so I'm going to use it for that specific reason. So this book will be blank, and it'll have 2 signatures, probably 3. These are fairly thick, so I'll probably do something like 3 pages each. Signature will have 3 pages, maybe. That feels, yeah, even that feels kind of thick, so we'll see. And then this will be the outside cover of the book. I have this sort of, I don't know how to describe it. I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese paper, and it has 2 different sides. So this will be, you'll see this as a part of the inside of the book when you open it, like sort of the end sheets, fly sheets taped down. And then this will be the cover of the book, which I think is just going to make a beautiful and magnificent, it has this marbled effect on it, and the paper is fairly thin. It's a little thicker than tissue paper, but it's still a very thin, delicate filling paper, and I really like the texture. It has these sort of crinkly texture in it. So this will be the paper that I'm using for the outside of the book. And I think that's it. I mean, I have the standard, all the Teflon bone folder, thread, needles, PVA, which is the glue that I'm using. And then I am going to venture today. I have this piece of cotton elastic that I'm going to attempt to use and make as sort of a strap to go around the book to sort of mimic my love of the Moleskine type books. So that's my plan. Other than that, you know, there's no content today, so it'll be a very, hopefully, quick process. We'll see. But my goal is to make a blank book that has 2 signatures and that has a hardcover with a little bit of a spine. We'll see if it turns out the way my book turned out when I made it with Julie, I don't know, 4 years ago now. Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 4 years ago I made this book. So we'll see what's stuck in my brain. So, all right, I'll meet you back on the other side of the book. Okay, so we are at 4:46 and I stopped and had a little bit of lunch and started thinking about this cut that I made in the board for my elastic, and I went and I looked at a moleskin that I'm sort of mimicking this after, and what I noticed is that the band is coming out of the book. So I think I'm going to use my utility knife and just try to cut a slit in that same space where I've already created the cutout, and just see if that, my concern is that this paper is so thin that I'm using to cover this with, that it might cause a bit of an issue, but only one way to know. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take the elastic, and I'm going to use some, I think I'm going to use some extra heavy golden gel medium to try to slide that through and glue it down, because elastic's pretty thick and it's a material as opposed to paper, and so I'm going to see, that's my hope, is that I can just make a slit and sort of thread it through. We'll see how that works. Fingers crossed. Okay, so quick check-in. It is 5:20 in the afternoon, and oh my god, so much glue, too much glue. This book has way too much glue. That's all right now. That's the only thing I can think to say, is this book has too much glue. So right now the book is very close to being done. I would say 90%. I have these huge bulldog clips on the spine trying to hold the book board to the book cloth as it dries. Wow, so much glue. I forgot how delicate this kind of paper is. I love it and I'll keep using it, but I forgot how easily it takes the glue and how you really can't stroke with the brush too much, because it's like one step away from being tissue paper. So you have to be very careful. It's quite delicate. again, way too much glue for my today. I'm just like over the glue. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'm probably going to leave it like this for about an hour because I really want that glue to set and to hold really well on the spine there. So I'm going to, it feels bare somehow on the front cover here, so I'm gonna find, I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna put something on this cover. I just feel like it needs something there, so I'm gonna think about that. I have an hour because I'm gonna give this an hour to dry, and then I will be back to show you the final product, flip through it, maybe even write a little bit on the front page. I'm pretty happy with how the yeah, I'll talk about all of it when I come back. So okay, I'm gonna take a break, but for you it'll be like a couple of seconds, so see you back in a second. Okay, beautiful people, we are done. It is 9:17 p.m. and for you it seems like a few seconds, I'm sure, but I had these huge clips on here, and I said I was going to leave them for an hour. Then my husband and I decided we were going to go make a grocery store run. So we did that, and then we came home and made dinner, and we haven't eaten, but we're about to eat. It's really late for us. We usually like to eat before 7 p.m., but it's booking a day. Things happen. So it got to stay under the clips a lot longer than an hour, and I think it actually did a good job. I think that was good that it stayed under for so long because it's nice and tight on the edge. So this is the final book, and I decided to title it Right Now, just sort of as a reminder to myself. This is a blank book, and I'm reminding myself to write right now. So I thought that was a quirky, cute little title. So that's it. It's a blank book. I had lots of gluing issues, too much glue for this book, for any book really, too much glue. But it was necessary to get all the parts together, and you know, it functions like a book. Everything is nice and snug. You can see my stitching there in the center. I really love this paper, and I'm glad I used it. I wish I had remembered how delicate it is, but nonetheless, it's done. And yeah, I'm happy with it. The band, love the band. I'm so glad that I did this, that I made this band for the book, or that I included the band this time. It gives me an idea of what I can do with the band in future books. So I'm happy that I did that. I'll blog a little bit about it, but there is, you know, I realized on the back that I had, you know, more band on this end than this end, little nuances, but again, I'm happy with it. I plan to write in it. So I'm excited about book 22 right now. And I hope that you have enjoyed watching, and I thank you for subscribing, for supporting, for commenting, and keeping the encouragement coming. It's always so wonderful to get nice little notes from folks on Facebook and YouTube and via email. So thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Again, this is Kiala Givehand of Giving Hands Creative, and I'm signing off for book 22 of the Book in a Day series. And I just want to point out one more time, it's 9:20 p.m. It's not 4 in the morning or even midnight yet, so I can still go maybe out into the living area and watch a movie with my husband or something. So I hope that you will get out and create something beautiful today. Thanks for watching.